Now, I know what we're getting into. Today, we're looking at 1.9 levels, meaning we'll be rediscovering some of the best, most unique, and most revolutionary levels this game has ever seen. Basically, every level on this list has had some kind of permanent effect on the community, and if it hasn't, it's completely succeeded in being unique, timeless classic. Let's get into it. Top 5 best 1.9 levels. If these aren't your favorites, then feel free to comment your own list below. This is all my opinion and no one else's. But anyway, let's go. Hope you enjoy. Number 5, Tock by Triaxis and more. This level is honestly underrated. A lot of the effects are excellent for 1.9, and on top of all that, the atmosphere still holds up. There are very few people who can make a legitimately disturbing atmosphere without showing too much gore like the creators of this level can. Demon's part is probably my favorite, and their part includes this witch art, which still looks incredible to this day. I do have one complaint, that being the gameplay. Mainly in the art-based segments, it's pretty difficult to figure out what kills you and what doesn't. Some of the transitions aren't very well thought out either, but other than that, it's a pretty solid level, and I recommend you check it out. Number 4, Cataclysm by Jeyzor. Who can forget the level that completely transformed Extreme Demons forever as we know it? If it weren't for this level, we wouldn't have Yatagarasu, Sonic Wave, Bloodbath, the Hell Factory, Phobos, and so many others. This level totally defined what we now call Hell Theme. The effects and gameplay are both very good for 1.9, and a lot of the art inspired others to create levels like it. Its most famous part is probably the final wave, which has the player navigate through a tight maze-like structure. Cataclysm changed everything. It's one of the most revolutionary levels of all time and definitely deserves a place on this list. Number 3, Death Moon by Caustic. There are very few creators as of right now that can come anywhere close to the genius that was Death Moon. So many of the effects and art are incredible. All the gameplay is fun and many segments are very unique, like this duel. The level is actually designed by FunnyGame, who built it outside of his account to avoid losing stats as he needed to use an object hack. The entire level is pretty easy, and it makes it the perfect choice for beginners looking for a nice fun challenge. The thing that really stands out about this level is, of course, the spectacular artwork. Every single artwork could be a level by itself, and it would still be incredible. This is not only up in the best levels of 1.9, it is among the best levels of all time. I recommend taking some time to complete this level if you haven't already. I guarantee it'll be worth your time. Number 2, Lost Souls by Serpunch and Millipap. This one's an old favorite of mine. It was actually one of the first ever levels made by Serpunch, and it is a masterpiece. The gameplay is all really fun and very unique for the time it was released. It's actually one of the very few hard levels out there using a swingcopter. Every decoration works well in every part, and the effort shows. One of the only things I can compare it to is a level like Toxin Lab 2 by Zoro. I think it's safe to say the creators took some inspiration. Both of them have that unique futuristic style that just goes to show how creative the community was back then. I actually want you to go check out the level and give it a like after the video finishes. So far it hasn't even reached 15,000 likes. Let's see how many likes we can give it, because it deserves them. Before we get to number 1, let's check out some quick honorable mentions. Basically, every funny game level. They all deserve to be here, but I didn't want this list to be 80% funny game, and I wanted to shed some light on some more unknown levels. 9 Circles by Zobros. I get that a lot of you were probably expecting to see this one, but for me personally, a lot of the flashing neon just wasn't my thing. Dish Machine by Jeyzor. This level was widely credited for popularizing asymmetrical duels. This probably gets around number 6 on the list. Bloodbath by Riot and more. In the end, I chose Cataclysm over Bloodbaths because simply, we wouldn't even have this level if it weren't for Cataclysm. But anyway, let's get into it. And the number 1 best level of 1.9 is Revolution by Funny Game. Let's face it, we all knew this was going to be number one. I mean, come on, this level changed everything. It literally started a revolution. At this point, levels became more than just levels you played. They essentially all became artworks. I get that Lost Souls is probably better, but when it comes to how much cultural impact Revolution had, I just had to place it at number one. Most of the effects are great, but for the time, they are some of the best things anyone had ever dreamed of creating. Even today, it's probably far superior than your average ADL level. In the end, the only way I can think to put it is that this was basically like the Simpsons for GD. It changed everything, to a point where it influenced basically everyone in the community to make levels like it. The gameplay is kind of uninteresting, but I don't even care when it comes to how influential the effects were. Keep in mind that this level was made using only 4 color channels. Frickin' 4 color channels. This is the best I can find of 1.9, and definitely deserves the first spot on the list. There's a lot of hatred for what the community has gradually become since 1.9, but in the end, we should all be so glad about the levels we got during this period, and I simply refuse the fact that we can't return to this golden age. People like Nobleboy are already changing the game all over again with levels like God Eater, and with 2.2 currently in the works, we'll just have to see where the community and its levels take us. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, or even subscribe to help me at 6K. I'll see you all in the next video.